Today, we are having just a casual girls chat about how I grew my hair past my butt. And I thought about putting on my makeup and doing my hair for a hair video and putting on real clothes. But we are in a semi-lockdown situation in Singapore, so we're not going places. I did go to the gym. This is just casual, it's real life. We're pals. That's what we're working with. So today I'm going to share some tips and tricks that I've learned about how to keep my hair healthy and how to keep it growing. Let's go. So my first tip is actually why you often see me in a slick back ponytail, and that is because, it sounds disgusting, but don't wash your hair often. The reason being is when you wash your hair, you're stripping it of its natural oils, so it's making it more dry. The less often you wash your hair, the more that those oils can moisturize your hair and keep it from breaking off. I personally wash my hair, sounds so bad, once a week, but I do use dry shampoo. If you think, oh my gosh, there's no way I could go a week without washing my hair, you can actually train your hair to go longer in between washes. So maybe try going 2 days and do that for a few weeks, and then go 3 days and do that for a few weeks until you're up to a point that you're happy with. That means sacrificing some things. I don't have a beautiful blowout every single day. There are a lot of days that I have a slick back ponytail or a braid, or even on the really bad days I wear a cap. So just finding what works best for you and your lifestyle and how long you can go is ideal, but really try to stretch it out as far as you can. My second tip would be to use quality products. And by quality products, I don't mean the most expensive products. And I also don't mean just using what works for me. I will link the products that I absolutely love down below. However, we all have really different hair types. So my hair is really dry, curly, and thick, where if you have oily, straight, thin hair, the products that I love, you might not love as well. So just finding products that have quality ingredients that are meant for your hair type will be the most beneficial in the long run for you personally. I recommend using products that moisturize your hair deeply because breakage is one of the reasons that most people can't grow their hair as long. So finding products that are going to keep your hair follicles moisturized and from breaking off is what you will see the greatest benefit in if you're trying to grow your hair. One of the things that I started doing recently was sleeping with my hair in a loose braid, and instead of a regular hair tie, I use a silk scrunchie. I think this was $5 on Amazon, but I really think it helps just keep my hair from rubbing on my pillow all night and creating friction and more breakage. So sleep with it in a loose braid, wake up. It also creates some nice little waves in the morning, which I personally like, and it kind of gives me a hairstyle when I wake up without putting in any extra effort. But overall, I really think it's helped keep hair loss to a minimum while I sleep, because I don't think you realize how much friction that your hair really creates while rubbing on a cotton pillow all night if you're a crazy sleeper like myself. The biggest tip I have is don't use very much heat. And I know this is so hard because we want to straighten it and we want to curl it and then we want to blow dry it to create volume, and it just keeps adding on and adding on and adding on. But I really recommend only using heat once a week when you do your initial wash. So that one day that I wash my hair, I do blow dry it on a low heat setting, and then I usually just straighten the parts that need straightened, and then I don't touch it the rest of the week. And this took a lot of patience to learn how to just kind of accept how my hair is looking throughout the week. And if I do have an event or something like that, I will get out the curling iron and curl it, but I really try to keep heat to a minimum. And I think that has been probably the biggest thing in keeping my hair healthy. And it's something that took a lot of just practice, acceptance, and personal growth, not using heat. But I think if you start adapting this into your day-to-day hairstyles and just doing a lot of updos, ponytails, things like that that don't require heat, you'll see a huge impact in a very short amount of time because it is so damaging to your hair. Kind of going along with heat is don't try to put many chemicals in your hair, and this really means don't color your hair too often. My hair is naturally black, so I can't do a whole lot to my hair without really damaging it, so I don't worry about that too much. but I know a lot of people that are blondes have to go in for root touch-ups and things like that a lot more often. But just really be aware of how often you're going and maybe try to find a style that doesn't use as much bleach or color or things like that. One of the chemicals that I do have on my hair is I do get keratin treatments put on my hair, and I did have to weigh the pros and cons of that chemical treatment. But overall, I think it helps me put less heat in my hair over the period of time that keratin treatment is working. So I think it's more beneficial than it would be if I didn't have it, because I'd want to straighten it more often, which I think is more damaging. So I highly recommend that if you find yourself with frizzy hair and you want to straighten it a lot, maybe getting the keratin treatment will help you get away from that tendency to grab those heat products for a longer period of time. Overall, just try to do the least you can to your hair with anything that might be damaging. Another thing that I really never thought about was the elastics that I use. So my favorite elastics used to have a little metal clip on them, and I realized every time I pulled my hair out of a ponytail, there was more and more hair, more and more hair. And once again, that just leads to a lot of breakage over time. So finding a good elastic that doesn't break your hair, and also not putting elastics in really tight. So just avoiding breakage, once again, in just the smallest ways, will really make the biggest impact over a long period of time, because you don't realize, an extra 5 hairs today, extra 5 hairs tomorrow, add up to that breakage very quickly. So just use products that are less damaging overall, and that includes bobby pins, hair ties, anything like that you also might be putting in your hair. One of the biggest takeaways I would say would be to keep your hair moisturized, and there are multiple ways that you can do this. The one thing I do every single night is, before I put it in a braid, I put Moroccan oil in the ends of it, and it's a dry oil, so it won't really make your hair look any different or feel any different once you wake up in the morning. But I just put a little pea-size amount and I rub it on my ends, and that way in the morning it just has that extra boost of hydration in the areas that it's most prone to breakage. And also, once a week when I do wash my hair, I do a deep conditioner, and that can either be a mask or just leaving your quality conditioner on for a few extra minutes. I know that OPALEX has a great product that a lot of people use when they wash their hair to help rebond everything. I highly recommend that, and I have that linked below as well. So if that's something you're interested in, you can give that a look. But really just keeping your hair moisturized, whether that be with products, not washing, putting oils in it, things like that, I think add up to a much larger picture. And I think it's a multi-step process, but overall just comes down to keep your hair moisturized. Lastly, the biggest tip I have for keeping my hair strong and healthy and growing is my nutrition. I know there are so many brands that promote, hair gummies and things like that, but really that just comes down to making sure that you're getting all of your micro and macronutrients, so you're getting all your vitamins and your minerals and everything that your body needs to flourish. Really eating a high protein diet has shown to be slightly beneficial for growing hair, because your hair is made up of proteins. So keeping up your nutrition, getting in your water intake, just really being healthy can help promote hair growth, just like it promotes all the other great things in your body. So I think really just pay attention to what you're putting in your body so it can show on the outside as well. Glow from the inside out, you hear it all the time, but it could not be more true, especially when it comes to your skin and your hair. Overall, growing your hair this long just takes patience. It takes trial and error, seeing what works best for you. I personally have not had a linear hair journey. I went through times where I over straightened my hair, tried the curly girl method, bleached it, everything in between. But these tips and tricks are tried and true. They have gotten me to where I am today with my hair. I think my hair is healthy. It's to the length I want it to be. It's manageable. So I hope you find them helpful as well. Please let me know in the comment section what you would like to see next. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.